A lot of people ask us all the time, what do you need a chase truck? You hear the term chase truck around a lot in the racing world and desert racing, and every form of racing has, one thing in common is there's always a pit stop. Well, in desert racing, you have to actually take your pit stop with you wherever you go. And this is where the chase truck comes in. So today I want to walk you guys through the Jagged X, one of the Jagged X chase trucks. I'll break it down and show you exactly what a chase truck is and what it does. So for this particular truck here, we actually started out with a slightly used 2014 Chevy Silverado 2500 four-wheel drive Duramax truck. It was a long bed, four-door, crew cab, four-wheel drive. Had the Duramax diesel motor, had about 40,000 miles on it when we found it. It was in pretty good condition. It was all white, a basic truck, nothing really special. Had cloth seats and, power windows, just the basics. It wasn't a luxury model, not an LTZ trim, but it had everything we needed it to have. Truck was in really, really good condition, so we picked it up at a reasonable cost. It was still expensive, but it was a reasonable cost. So one of the first things we did is, we want to get it, we're taking this thing out in the desert, so we need a little bit more ground clearance. We wanted to have a little bit bigger tire. So we went to our friends at Cognito and we talked to them about suspensions. They hooked us up with what they call their 4.6 suspension kit. It's a full suspension kit for the IFS Chevys for the 3/4 tons. And I'll tell you what, this thing rides every bit as good as it did when it was brand new. And we got a little bit more clearance. We got it set at probably about 5 inches. We're running a 35-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2 tire. We went with a Method wheel on this thing, the Method HD wheel. It's got about 1,000-pound heavier carrying capacity than most of the other wheels on the market. And when these trucks are loaded up, they're pretty heavy. So we wanted a wheel that would withstand the weight and the abuse that the desert's going to put it through. So nice looking wheel package, like I say, the Method wheels with the BF Goodrich tires, can't go wrong there. So then we added some power steps, the basic amp research power steps. Made it a little easier to get in and out of the truck. Just creature comforts there more than anything else. So from there, we turned our attention to the bed. Of course, this was just a pickup truck. It had a regular pickup bed on it. So the utility box is the way to go with these chase trucks. We went to Western Truck down here in South Phoenix, and they hooked us up with a reading bed, pretty reasonably priced, and they installed this bed for us. And man, I'll tell you what, it's a nice bed. It's a really quality unit. The doors all close real tight. It's all weather tight. It's just a great setup. So we thank those guys for hooking us up on that. Once we had the bed on there and the truck was now starting to come together, we got the bed, we need to do something with racking. So we came up with a pretty nice chase rack that we built in-house. It allows us to carry and, again, increase our storage capacity up on top. We have place for bins. We can carry parts up there. We can carry bags up there. We can carry luggage up there. Also, we're able to mount our tires in the back and we can lock them in place. So, that's an important thing too. We carry 4 spare tires on this car up on the rack. We got 4 spare tires for the race car that we carry. Another thing that we really wanted to concentrate on is tool storage. These utility boxes as they are, they don't have super deep utility boxes on the side. They've got plenty of storage, but it's not real deep. Well, we came up with a solution for that. We were able to, with the help of our friends at American Eagle Products, we're able to order these custom-made boxes that fit in. What we're able to do is we've cut out the inside wall of the bed of the truck, and then we have these units here that are completely enclosed units. They slide right in, bolt in place. Now we've doubled, tripled, I don't know how much. We've increased our storage space tenfold. Now our drawers go all the way to the middle of the truck. Man, we can stack our tools in here. We can organize everything. Our tools aren't piled on top of each other. This works out really, really good. So we've got 4 drawers on this side. We've got 4 drawers just like it on the other side. That's all for parts. On the other side, we've inventoried all of our factory parts in there. So we've got a drawer for axles, and we've got a drawer for spindles and hubs and knuckles and So we've got all that stuff in there. We've got some miscellaneous tools down here that we carry that don't quite fit in the toolbox. Got some room for fluids down below. This all in all worked out really, really well. So that's a super, super big improvement over the regular utility box. Increases our storage and makes it a lot easier to work out of. So as you're probably starting to see that, Chase truck is more than just a pickup truck with a utility box on the back. There's a lot of things that we do to these trucks to make them better equipped to handle the pitting purposes that they're designed for. So inside the cab, we come inside here and we left the dashboard pretty much the same. Obviously we didn't make a lot of changes there, but we utilized the console here. We put a GPS in the console. Now we've got a nice little HDS GPS system in here, so we can look at the race course just the same as the race car can. We can tell where the highways intersect the race course. Keeps us on track, especially in Mexico. When we're down there, we can add a Baja data chip to this and we know where all the roads are. We can also overlay all the information that we get from BFG, allows us to know where the access roads are, the race course, the highways. Really, really great tool there, so we can tell what's going on anywhere we are. So that's good. We added a console here in the middle, and within that console we have 2 race radios. People wonder why we would have 2 radios. Well, good example, we've got the race ops in Mexico run on Weatherman. Well, our channel is in a completely different channel, so we can actually monitor both channels at the same time. So we kind of know what the ops are, what's going on with the race, and we can also communicate with our car at the same time. So then below that, we've got a big bank of switches because we have outfitted this truck with KC highlights from the back to the front, top to bottom. So we've got lights everywhere. A lot of our racing happens at night, so it's really important to have enough light to be able to get the work done that you need to get done. So one nice thing, we put this console in, and there's a lot of wiring involved. There's a lot of stuff back behind there. We use a product called S-Pod. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, but it's pretty popular in the Jeep world. I'm going to show it to you right now. So the S-Pod is basically a power distribution center, real popular in the Jeep world. Allows you to run a bunch of accessories and kind of bring everything together with a junction here. So these S-Pod boxes are pretty handy. They mount out here, right outside on the firewall, and inside they've got all your relays, all your fuses, and all you do is connect the battery at ground and the power line right to this box, and then there's a small cable that goes inside the cab, so you only go through the firewall one time. All your accessories go right here to this box. So all your lights, you run them to this box. So we've also equipped this Chase truck with onboard air. That's one thing we always find that we need, whether you're airing up tires or blowing parts off or moving just anything that you might need air for, compressed air. So we've actually gone with some Vi-Air compressors that we've mounted up underneath the bed, a pair of their 450 size compressors, which are pretty high volume compressors. Then right underneath the fender well here, we've mounted 2 5-gallon tanks. So we have air storage, we have 10 gallons of air storage. And then everything is plumbed through, and to be able to access our air whenever we want, we've actually got a retractable reel right inside the bed. So we can pull our air line out right here. It doesn't get in the way. We put it right back in, off you go, and it's all clean, tidy, always put away. You don't have an air hose out, you're tripping over all the time. Works out pretty slick. Like I said, we have equipped this truck from top to bottom, front to back with KC highlights. Man, at night, getting the job done at night, you gotta see what you're doing. So we mounted some of these cube lights on the back here. These work great. We've mounted them on an extendable rod. So right here, there's a little knob. We loosen that, and boom, man, we can put this up. Now we light up our whole workspace around the truck. We also have lights on the side. They shine down into the toolbox. They light up the side of the truck. Everything around the truck is lit up really, really nice at night thanks to KC highlights. Also, both trucks are equipped with a KC Pro 6 light bar on top, just like the light bar we run on the race car. So, in the unlikely event that we crash the race car, flip it over and smash a light bar, we can pop that light bar off, put it on the race car, continue on, give up the light on the truck for a little while, but we've got more spare parts right there. So You know, just dual purpose on everything you can think of. We've got a light bar up in the front in the bumper also. This truck's a joy to drive at night. Never have a problem with not having enough light. Works out really, really good. In addition to the 2 radios that we run on the inside of the truck for communications with the car, communications with the weatherman, we also have included a 3rd radio that we've mounted outside in the toolbox. And we've also got this 25-foot external antenna that we put up in the air. Man, this extends the reach of our radio. You know, these are line of sight radios, really. So the higher that antenna is, the better reception you're gonna get, the better you can transmit, and the better you can hear. So whenever we're set up at a pit, we run this antenna up, and we just double our communications ability. And one of the most important things out there is safety. We all know that, and you know, we're required to have at least one of these fire extinguishers on hand at all times in the pit. So, you know, if one is good, you know, 2 must be better. So we've equipped the truck with 2 giant fire extinguishers right out back. These are ready to go anytime there would happen to be an emergency. Hopefully we never have to use them, but man, you never know. With the addition of the toolboxes that we cut into the side of the bed, we covered those toolboxes with a nice metal box that goes over those toolboxes and protects them. But what that also does is it creates a great shelf that we set our tires on. We don't give up that much bed space. This is an 8-foot bed, so we always have plenty of room. But it gets the tires up out of the way. We're not tripping over them. They're out of the way, and it allows us all the rest of the floor space in the bed to be used. We have a generator in here. Obviously, we always have a cooler. We've got parts bins if we need them. Any luggage that we carry or any extra parts, we can always throw them in the bed of the truck here. We've always got plenty of room. The truck on the back is both sides of the truck are lined with E-track, and we've got adjustable mounts that we can put anywhere we want. So our gas cans will get lined up in here, you know, a multitude of different things. By the time we're done, by the time we're ready to race, this truck's usually pretty full back here, but we have everything we need, that's for sure. In addition to, you know, to having all the spare parts you need, you know, sometimes you might get in a situation where something breaks that, man, you just can't replace it, so you're gonna have to fix it. So our truck is equipped with a MIG welder. We have a 110-volt MIG welder that runs off a generator in the back of the truck. We've used it a number of times, and it works pretty good. It runs a flux core wire, and you know, we can pretty much do just about any repair you can imagine out in the field. You know, we've welded up frames and A-arms, and fortunately, we've probably welded up other people's cars more than we have our own, which is a good thing. But man, it's a good feeling to have that on board and know that we can fix just about anything we need to fix. Another word about safety, you know, you can never be too prepared. So this truck, we carry fully equipped trauma bag in the back under the seat here, have just about everything we need for first aid, or we hope we have everything we need for first aid. Again, don't ever want to have to use it, but again, every chase truck should be equipped with a good first aid kit for sure. On the other side of the truck, underneath the seat, and we got some basics, some jumper cables, a couple of blankets, some rain gear. We have a tow strap. You got to have a little bit of mountain money back here. That's important stuff. We got a bin there full of batteries, extra batteries for various different things. You know, just a multitude of different things that you know, that we carry. We got a pair of binoculars in here. Come in real handy out there in the desert. You can kind of see what's going on. If you can't find your car, sometimes you can locate them. You know, just everything we can think of, man. We find a place for it, and it's always on hand. So we try and keep everything organized and keep it in its place. Each one of the door pockets in this truck is equipped with at least one flashlight. And of course, another very, very important thing, especially when you're running in Mexico, stickers. Gotta have some stickers. So every door pocket is equipped with stickers, a flashlight, and maybe some gloves. But you know, things that everybody in the truck is gonna need at some time, it's right there. We try and keep those equipped all the time. Keep the batteries charged, new batteries and everything. We go through the truck after every race and basically inventory every single part and everything that's in it. So this side, I think we mentioned before, another set of drawers on this side. This side is parts, all parts on this side. We've got, everything is labeled. We got a pretty good inventory, just about everything that we've ever needed, everything that could be broke. We have new brakes, we have new rotors, we have new hubs, we have new bearings, we have motor mounts, we have gas pedals. We have axles, lots of axles. We have a spare steering rack. We have some material in case we need to do welding repairs. We normally on a long race will carry a spare suspension set too, which goes up in the rack. We've got some cables in here to be able to lock up our gear whenever we need to, so we always keep some cables in there. And I know most people wouldn't think that this is probably something that most people carry, but we carry a spare steering wheel in our chase truck. I know that seems kind of silly, but there was a race a while back where we got to the starting line and realized that the steering wheel to the race car was still in the hotel room. So good thing we had a spare steering wheel. Like I say, you wouldn't expect that, but stranger things have happened. On this side of the truck, right next to the toolbox, is basically all the hardware, all the electrical components, other tools, oddball tools. We've got our air tools here, various different air accessories. You've got air gauges and air chucks, that sort of thing. We've got abrasives, and we've got zip ties. Those are in a bin here. We've got hardware, we've got nuts and bolts, we've got metric nuts and bolts. We've got a full collection of fuses, we've got a full collection of cotter pins, we've got hose clamps, tire plug kit, we have a tap and die set, bunch of fluids. We've got all our Polaris fluids here. We have obviously our Polaris engineered fluids, our oils, brake fluid, antifreeze on the other side. Every fluid that the car could possibly need, we carry plenty of. We've got grease, we've got solvents, we've got a whole shelf full of rags here. So again, any repair that needs to be done, you know, we can jump at it and we can get it done for sure. So we've got some cleansers and cleaners, hand cleaner, WD-40, gotta have WD-40, right? We definitely have duct tape. We also have baling wire. Another cool feature that we came up with here for our truck is a nice 4-foot white buggy whip. Now you'd think, well, okay, this is great for the dunes, right? And you know, great for running down the road, but in fact, we can actually screw this into the lug on the side of the roll cage, and we turn this on and it lights up the entire area around the truck. Nice LED lights, really, really handy. Well, that about does it. That's a breakdown on this Jagged X chase truck, and you know, I hope it gives you guys an idea what you know, what's involved in building a chase truck and what these things are equipped with, and you know, what they're actually capable of doing out there. We couldn't race without these trucks, that's for sure. It's probably the most important tool on our team, really. And you know, thanks for watching along here today, and hope to see you at the races soon.